Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 as Vijayanagar. We can invest in some new technology, however I'm not going to. Let's take a little bit of a stock of where we are in the game. Currently, we have a truce with Jaunpur. We could attack Prom because he is not a tributary of Ming. In fact, he has a tributary in Bhutan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a spy over there, start spying on him. We're also integrating a vassal, which is going to take a little bit of time. Now they're starting to make claims on me, which is okay. I also want to start making more claims on Jaunpur, so let's go ahead and start building a spy network with them as well. Because eventually I am going to want to have more stuff like that. Now I was considering going to war with Delhi, and that's still an option on the cards because they are at war with the Timurids, which might make some of their allies a little bit less likely to go to war. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back this diplomat and have a look at the state of the war if we were to declare. So Yarkand would not join this war because they're in debt. Let's see, attitude towards enemies. Okay, so I might let Transwaxian get a little bit more into debt. I might let this war extend on, just so I don't have to fight them both. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe let a couple of months pass, but we will want to declare war on Delhi soon. I do also want to wait until all of my provinces are cored, and that I have the next tech. Might be a good move here for this war. Unfortunately, can't do this because I need to finish influence ideas. However, I'm not too far off from finishing influence ideas. In fact, I could probably pressure, and I haven't been really doing this because it's just, I don't know. I've never really liked this aspect of the gameplay where you ask for contributions and you demand diplomatic support. Like, let's get their support. Let's get a contribution off them. They need a little bit more influence to get the full thing. Let's have a look for a place we could give them. Let's see. Seat in Parliament. Let's have a look at the trade value map mode. I guess I could put them in here. This is a relatively high trade value, so let's put the Vishayas in here. And that'll get us even more trade value. This trade value map mode, you can see just how valuable India is right now due to my work. Pushing goods and stuff like that and making manufactories. We can also embrace this institution, which we will do. We can make a state. We have 2 states that we can make. And we have 1 stateroom left. I'm going to just hold off on doing that. The Age of Reformation is almost over. What else could we do? Well, really, let's get our troops in preparatory positions for the war. Is everyone moving? Except for you. So we have a bunch of troops making their way over to the front line. See, I could lose 20,000 manpower, or I could lose army professionalism. No, we need the militias. I'm also thinking of slackening my recruitment standards just to pick up a bit of manpower for this war. So I'll do that. Okay, it looks like Delhi's about to win this war, so I'm thinking I should declare war soon. We should be able to take these guys on pretty easily. We have plenty of cores that we can reclaim. Particularly Mewar and Sindh, you see here. So we're going to try and get back as many of these cores as we can. You can see there's kind of an overlap between Mewar and Sindh where they almost get everything with the exception of this province in here. So let's go ahead and press our core claims. Now Gujarat also has claims, but I'm not too worried about that. And it looks like actually some of my other vassals have claims on Delhi as well, cores on them. Which is going to be very nice. We should be able to take a lot of territory in this war from cores. So I'm going to say I want to take the core of, let's see, Dundar, because it's over here. We'll get that ticking war score nice and early. But preferably it would be somewhere with a fort, so that would be hard for them to siege it back. But there's not really many forts over here. So we'll just set it to Dundar. And we'll go ahead and declare that war. And we'll immediately get to work capturing all the territory that we can. And we'll stay at speed 4 for a little while. And we'll send some of our armies up to go deal with these forts. While we do a bit of siege work. I'm probably going to take it fairly easy on the province sieging and just let my vassals do that because I'm pretty light on manpower. Could I send this guy up here? No, I can't quite get up there. Well, we can get up to this fort as well, since this one's already being sieged. Looks like we caught an army here. So let's see. A subject of ours currently holds, so Gujarat has a county that we have a claim. We could lose our claim here, which is just a claim, or we could leave it the way things are. I'm going to tell them, you just keep that. I don't really care about that claim. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to say in the arms of the Lord I find solace. That's kind of upsetting because this is actually a pretty decent heir. And I don't want to roll a really bad heir. So I'm going to find solace and gain a temple. And we got a new heir who's also really good and has a strong claim. He has... personally, for me, anything that's like an average of 3s across the board, I'm like 100% yes. Thank you. Thank you, game, for rolling me a really good leader. Anything below that and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Ugh. I'm happy as long as I get an average leader, to be honest. Okay, unfortunately my heir is malevolent, which is a bit of a negative modifier. We're going to go ahead and keep moving here. Sorry about that, somebody called in for me. We will recall this diplomat with Sindh. So now they should be a little bit more amenable to my overlordship. You can see they're all pretty happy with me so far. Gujarat is currently 13.5% finished. We're doing a lot of sieging. And let's see, let me check where all my armies are. I have an army over here with a leader in it. Probably should be one of the sieging armies, but that's okay. He is a glory seeker, so he gets extra prestige. Let's turn on the supply limit mode and find where I could stand this guy safely. So I can stand over here and here with these guys safely. That's where I will go. Actually, you're going to go there. You're going to go there. So Mewar's claims and cores are all throughout here. So let's transfer these over to Mewar. I think this one is Mewar as well. Yep. There we go. So Miwar now has a bunch of territory. Then I want to talk to Sind. Sind has a bunch of territory too. We'll sort out this guy too eventually. Oh no, it's Dotty I need to worry about, right? Yeah, Jumla. But there's some big stacks up here that we're going to have to deal with, because Delhi actually has a fairly sizable army. But it shouldn't be too hard for us to deal with it. So Sir Hind has been sieged down. We still can't get past here. I'm going to go ahead and siege down this province here. Keep these guys on the loop. Let's go ahead and get the supply limit map mode. You could actually sit up here, right? Ah, land movement blocked by hostile fort. Hopefully this will flip. Let's see, keep an eye on these units. They're moving. Oh, could I catch you? I could, right? That's a free kill. So it looks like this army is coming down here to engage in something. Looks like we have another army here. Let's see, where are you heading? Samana. You're locked in. Let's go fight them. Let's go hunt down this guy as well. This guy has a lot of maneuver or something, because I feel like he just moved real quick. See if we can pincer attack this guy. We're trying. Hopefully that is a province with enough supply limit. It is. Okay. Keep chasing this guy. Alright, we should be able to catch him. Can I get a better leader in this army? Yep, there we go. Oh, my innovativeness is decreasing now, so let's go ahead and take this. This will allow me to build the university, but most importantly, it's going to give me all this nice stuff. So we can have more states, we have better efficiency, which is really, really good. We're also going to take this, although I think I'd rather get the idea. So we're going to save up for that idea. We're going to grab military technology here. That'll give me some cavalry shock. I do have a debate in Parliament available. Advisor cost is really nice. I'm thinking diplomatic assimilation cost would be really, really nice too. So let's select that. Support populists. Government reform is pretty cheap to get. Admin power, I have enough of that. I have plenty of legitimacy. Sure, we'll support some more populists. I don't want to lose the army tradition because that's actually quite good. I don't want to... Money is quite cheap at this point. Local autonomy is something I don't want to give up. Corruption is pretty cheap too. It's just another way to spend money. And I have natural decay anyway. It's pretty expensive. Okay, looks like we got a kill here. Let's head up into these provinces here. Looks like we're in a fight. We do have the artillery advantage. Let's see, Hindu defectors. So, Kumaon. So, amazingly, these Hindus want to defect to me. So now I have a core here. Very cool, it's a free core. I might give this to my vassals still. Although there's no point to. Is there? I don't think so. So let's have a look. Can we get any fights here? Looks like we can pick a fight there. You need to stay there. Come this way, see if you can catch some people. Okay, we won this battle. We got a lot of kills. Let's move you up. A little bit closer to the front line. I think I can integrate both of these states now. And I will do that. Because it makes sense to do it at this point in the game. I have too few seats in Parliament. That's okay. We'll sort that out. Let's look for high development land. This already has a seat. Satcon. There we go. Another seat in Parliament. Okay, we're fighting here. Hopefully I'll get reinforced. There we go. We got this siege of Kashmir down. Let's make sure we trade this over to... Well, I guess I'm going to keep this one for myself. So let's see. What kind of a peace deal could we start to extract here? Lots of returning cores. Mewar, Sindh. Mewar. Jumla. But I don't care about Yarkand. Let's make sure I get saves I care about. Jumla is mine. Sindh. Jumla. I'm going to take this one for myself. So this should not have a huge amount of aggressive expansion because it is a returning of cores. Marwar to Mewar. Mewar. Sindh. Multan to Sindh. So we could get all of this right now. And 1,000 ducats. Although I don't really care about the money. I'd rather just have a shorter peace deal and then I can go to war again. Get me 20 prestige, 16 aggressive expansion. Let's send this peace deal. So we just massively increase the size of our army. And we have another core that we can eventually take back. Sorry, not massively increase the size of our army, but increase the size of our empire. We just gained so many provinces, it's not even funny. I think I'm going to annex this guy. Although that would slow down the annexation of this guy, so we'll hold off on that. Let's get you down here. I'll send one to 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 here. Cool, so let's upgrade our units as well to the Marathi Raiders. Royal Marriage from Sindh, who is my vassal, so I will take that. I'm not going to turn this into a state. Oh, whatever. I will. There's plenty of state room. Three more. Yeah, always quarantine in my opinion. Like, you should always quarantine. Now we can fully max out influence ideas. Boom. And the really cool thing about maxed out influence ideas is that we can now take another thing that gives me advisor cost reduction. So I can even start to get outrageously high level advisors. Like, I could go up to a 5 here. It's going to cost me 8 ducats a month for a 5 level advisor. That's absurdity. So now that we've maxed out, these are our 4 core sort of, this is going to get us through the early game ideas. Now we need to start thinking about what we're going to do in the mid to late game. Because we're firmly in what I would call the mid to late game. And we need to start making decisions about how we're going to go about these things. I definitely think trade ideas are going to be important for me. I need to think about my second and potentially third military idea group. Aristocratic ideas could be good. Offensive is usually really good because it has this like land leader fire, prestige from land battle, siege ability, land force limit modifier has extra discipline as well, which could be really, really helpful. Just have the maximum power I can put into a single thing. Quantity is really good for making you very, very scary and having a cost efficient army, as is defenses actually, because it has that land maintenance modifier here. And the fort maintenance modifier, which is really, really nice. And it also, defensive can tend to save you a lot of manpower because it has this attrition in here. The yearly army tradition is also really, really, really nice. Particularly, for example, me, I have like fully maintained forts. I have the Marathas. So my army tradition is always going to be really, really high. If I had that idea right now, I'd be losing 0.3 of an army tradition per year, which is insane. It's like complete insanity. And that's only going to get better and better as the game goes on. I could have pretty much maxed out army tradition the entire game if I took battlefield commissions. So I'm really tempted by defensive ideas for all the cost effectiveness it provides, the land attrition, the attrition for enemies, all this stuff. It just makes your army more efficient. It's probably not the best one, but I think it also has some pretty cool combos with some of my other stuff, like superior fortifications, which increases my fort defense and lowers my fort maintenance even further, which is pretty cool. And then there's local militias for multi-war exhaustion and even more fort defense. Like, there's cool stuff that we can go for. Expansion wouldn't be terrible. So if you're attacking here, like, expansion wouldn't be awful. The problem is a lot of the power of expansion is locked up in these sorts of things. Like, we get the free merchant, we get the global settler increase. I don't have any real plans to settle. I plan on mostly staying in a sort of conquest game. Settling is fun, but I want to try to maybe get India united before I think about any of that sort of stuff. Religious ideas could be interesting as well. I'm kind of also tempted by economic ideas next. It would give me really good construction costs, really good gold. It would pretty much mean I could build up every province in my empire really, really, really highly. The other one is humanism, although it's a bit late to be taking it, but it would makes conquering a lot easier because of the years of separatism and the tolerance and the maximum promoted cultures and stuff like that. It is a really, really good idea group. But I think I'll go for economic or defensive ideas next. Really just depends on what opportunities present myself. But we are going to be making that decision in the next 13 years. I have plenty of extra monarch points, so I might look to boost some local manpower. Local manpower value. Like, look at this. Bijapur, it cost me 22. 22 to develop here. That's insanity. Where is Bijapur? Bijapur is all the way down here. Totally didn't mean to click that. I meant to click on the province. So here's Bijapur. It is a market town. You cannot upgrade to world centers of trade as you already have 8. Awesome. Yeah, I guess it does make sense here. Although, again, this is owned by the Vishayas, so any of these that I develop, it's worth less. I mean, it's still worth a lot, but it's worth less because of the the local autonomy. Whatever. I'll just stuff a bunch of points in here, and it'll make it better. Could give me 2,000 manpower here. That's another thing I'm going to want to start looking into, is just having infinite manpower. So I think I'm going to build here and here. You can see we'll get a decent amount of manpower from most of these. Anyway, let's speed up time here. We've been faffing about. Let's have a look at our truces again. We have a truce with these guys for 11 years. I'd like to start dealing with Prom. That's going to be on my menu. I have too many diplomatic relations. However, I am annexing a vassal. So that shouldn't be a problem forever. So let's see. The Brahmin estate could gain some influence here. I would gain missionary strength, stability cost, or I could gain mercantilism. Mercantilism is pretty nice. You know, it's a lot of trade power that propagates throughout the world. Do I want to continue to influence Japan? I think that was kind of part of my plan to help Japan become a superpower so that I could have Japan as my sort of axis of friendship in Asia. So we'll keep... we lost our Grand Captain. Let's see. Which one do I like the most? Because at this point I can pretty much pick whoever I want and then upgrade them. Morale of armies, fort defense, reinforced speed. I guess I'll take morale of armies. Well, who's the youngest actually? That's what I should really be looking at. This guy's the youngest. This guy's really young. Boom. Because whoever's the youngest is the highest probability that I get a return on my investment into them. Nice, yearly corruption modifier. So I just need to get a little bit more cash to stuff into this guy. The age of absolutism has passed. Let's influence Sang again. So now we will have... Let's do this again. So now we have 2 + 5 advisors, which is incredible, I might add. And they're costing me basically like nothing. Like what is this? What is this? Like we have a minus 65% to advisor costs. That's insanity. This base cost was 25, multiplied by 83%, and then it's get that number multiplied by minus 65%. So it really, this guy should be costing us like nearly 50 ducats. But he's costing us 16. That's just the power of stacking advisor costs. It lets you run incredible advisors. And I think that's just... And I mean, it's probably not the most optimal way to play the game, but it's the way that I find fun. It's the way I like playing. You can see here, we do have some forts that we still need to upgrade. That's going to probably be a priority for us here. Let's start fabricating claims on Prome. I'm going to look for Fathabad. Then I want more coastal provinces, so I'll take Dhaka. Keep pushing here. Let's upgrade some forts. We are making so much money. This game is absurd right now. Local tax modifier. Ooh. Shorten the training. So I don't mind losing a bit of manpower here. Let's start training these armies, drilling them, rather. Let's get you down to here. Would it be worth my while to... Yeah. It's probably worth my while to get another general at this point. Do I have room for it? I do. Let's get another one. Because I think that makes me even scarier. Oh yeah, look at that. We are the top country in the world. That's a thing of beauty. Truce with Jumla has ended, which is interesting. So I could give them this core. And that'll give them an opinion boost, which is... I'm okay with that. Like, this province isn't really doing anything for me. And at worst, all it does is open up another state for me. Let's fabricate some claims on this guy, too. I'm thinking Mahoba. Then I'm thinking Jhansi. And then Kalpi. Because they're all in one state. Take that little bite out of them. Let's have a look. My vassals are continuing to fabricate on him. Jumla isn't right now, but that's okay. So now we can declare war on Jampur. I think I might look at some of my vassals here. We'll see about that eventually. It might be worth my while to move my trading hub over to Gujarat once I take them. I'll have to upgrade all these trading ports, but once they're level 2 and I grab a few trade power buildings and all that sort of stuff and maybe boost the trade power in here, maybe get a fleet to protect this trade, I could start pulling trade from this node, which is about 50 ducats. I could collect here. and start pulling trade from multiple places. And I think this trade node is actually just objectively better than Coromandel for collecting, because it has four nodes that essentially feed directly to it that I would have really, really strong control over. Let's go ahead and boost some more of these fort buildings. Look for the cheap ones, because these are the ones that need to be upgraded. Let's have a look at our fort map mode now. We definitely want to make sure we're filling out our forts so that we're not left high and dry in regards to forts. So I'm thinking a fort here would be good, but it needs to be developed first. This is a pretty awful province. Let's go ahead and do the encourage development. Get up to 10 development. See, we've got a land force limit and local tax modifier. So let's do a bit of tax development. Bit of garrison growth. We'll do a fort here. Eventually I'd like to get this up to fort, a higher fort level. Let's make sure we're not running any edicts unnecessarily. No, it looks like we're doing fine on edicts. I can't wait to claim Gujarat and like take it off myself. It's gonna feel pretty good, man. I could get the war declared on Jaunpur now. Let's see. Mewar has some claims. Jharkhand has some claims. I have some claims. We could press a lot in terms of claims here. Let's have a look at the coalition map mode. Okay, people are starting to get worried about the coalition against me. Let's have a look. What province do I need from them? I need this province right here. I'm starting to get almost all the provinces I need. In fact, if I get this province, I will have all the provinces that I need. And then it's just a matter of annexing vassals, right? Yeah, it's just a matter of annexing vassals. If I can get... Let me see, it's kind of hard to see. I have these two provinces which I need up here. Then I need this province which I could get in this next war. I already have this province. Is that it? Do I see one over here? No, that's just Assam being weird. Well, looks like Assam has been partitioned, which is really good because Sang has cores all over this place. We will be using Sang as probably a permanent vassal, actually, in Sang. I don't really have a plan to own the Lhasa node. I might give them pretty much the entire Lhasa territory. And let them be Tibet, you know? We'll see. Right. So I think it's time to declare war on Jaunpur again. Now... Oh, we're breaking a truce. I thought we were not at a truce anymore. Hold on. Or our truce is until 20, isn't it? Yeah. Whoops. Oh well. Let's keep building manufactories. I want to get that trade value up. I want to be the highest value trade people in the world. Got a lot of buildings happening. I want to have more forts actually as well to make sure that I'm securing myself. What's going on here? To make sure that I'm securing myself that really nice army tradition. So a couple forts over here would be worth it as well. And then one final fort here. So that's just peasants. I don't really care about that. I'll let them deal with that. I also would really like to make sure that I'm expanding my naval capacity a lot with the shipyards. There's still plenty of provinces where we could build them. Eventually, sort of a thing. Now we do need to increase the population, but I also want to get sailor improvements because I want to have like I want to max out. You know what I mean? I want to be a super duper power. So we could gain a Theolo. I think I'd rather gain the admin power at this point. I could probably talk to like the Brahmins and say, hey, if I made a donation and asked for your support, like I could seek their approval. I could ask for a contribution from these guys. They'll be unhappy for a few months. But I can get this tech boosted. Then I just look for one of their provinces, like here. Where is it? Yeah, like some of these provinces. Stick a few points of development in here. And that'll bring them back up to like a neutral happiness. Let's have a look. Which one of these provinces do I want to develop? Grasslands is the cheapest. Oh, right, we can start building universities. Oh, that's a big deal, actually. Let's see. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Tax income. Gems. $37.47. Does that not improve my relations with them? No, I'll just give them another province. Whatever. Let's look for trade goods that they want. Sure. That'll shave 9 months off them being upset at me, which is a lot of money that just saved by doing that. My income drops significantly when they're upset with me. But they won't be upset with me for too long. So let's talk to the Brahmins now. I'll make a generous donation. Then I will demand their support. Get that 100. Oh, shoot. Stay on Shiva. I didn't mean to change my god. And to demand administrative support. These guys, I'll promote their nobility. And I'll get a few military points off them. So, in terms of places with really good development efficiency, so what I definitely want to do, I want to look for my capital province, and I want to build a university in every province here, essentially. Because this is going to be a... This has the World Trade Center, which makes everything in here really well stuffed. Thingamabob. You know, it's a well-developed province already, and with plenty of room for more buildings, so I want to build universities in here for sure. So that's this one. Let's look for more really highly developed provinces. This one for sure wants a set of universities. So that's going to be for sure happening in here. On these two provinces at the very least. But yeah, we're going to want a lot of universities. For a number of reasons. Mainly to be able to develop my provinces really, really efficiently. When are you guys loyal again? A few months. Bharat lose loyalty, that's okay. Gold income is quite weak right now. You fabricate more claims on Jampur. Yep, I will influence Jumla. What are these guys loyal again? Oh, they're loyal now. We just lost a military leader. Once they become loyal again, it basically doubled our income. So this is my capital. We have an wait, is this my capital? Yeah, it is. Look at this insanity. We have so much development potential in our capital. We can make this into a super capital. Look at all these potentials that we could mess around with. Is this upgradable? No. 17 development cost in here. Insanity what we can do in these provinces. And what we will be doing when we develop these provinces. Like if we go check... Look at this. This is going to be a beacon of green, as is down here eventually. I want this to be green too. What trade node is this in? Is in the Deccan trade node. Cool. We're 75% of the way annexing Gujarat. That'll be done. I can't remember when that'll be done. 2 years. Cool. So let's go in here. This province right here has a grayed out barracks for some reason. I don't know why that is. Eventually I'll want to revoke all these and hold them myself. But this has grain. So that means manpower is the real thing to do in here. So it's going to be base tax and manpower preferably. Wait, did I misread that? That was 17 earlier, right? Or was it 17 development? I think I might have misread it. Please tell me I didn't. I'm gonna go up to 5 here on this. So now we can build a bunch more buildings in here. Oh no, I had the wrong thing in. I meant to put in encourage development. Look how cheap this is. 50 to develop a 34 development province. Makes all those buildings so much more efficient. I would like to go up to 20 there. One more development in here and I'll have a fourth, like I can just have every building ever. Ugh, it's insanity. Let's have a look. Alright, so I think that's enough admin, like monarch points to spend here. I could probably activate more ideas and stuff like that. But you can see. Eventually, you know, I'm really tempted to go for the colonists, because with the colonists, you can assign them to provinces to develop them now, and I could have like super well-developed country, which I think that just really appeals to me, having like really, really well-developed countries. I think a lot of people like expanding, and expanding is fun, but I like to expand to a point and then sort of grow my internal power. I don't know, maybe that's just my particular style. Anyway, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel, and remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that, I want to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!